ABC6 weather brought to you by Prime.
Good evening, everyone. We started this morning off with a lot of clouds, cool temperatures, and then the rain started coming in. And as that happened, the temperatures warmed up a little bit, getting a little above normal for this time of the year. We made it to 51 in Providence, but you can see now most of the steadiest rain is sliding on by, and just a few lingering showers and pockets of drizzle through the eastern half of Connecticut still have to pivot their way through the area in the next couple of hours. Rainfall amounts not all that impressive. Generally, it's been about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rainfall that we've seen from this event for the overnight time. That's it. And we're going to be clearing out later on. So right now, it's still light rain in Providence, 51 degrees. The wind is out of the south-southwest, 17, gusting up to 25. So that's been helping to bring in those milder temperatures. But in the next few hours, towards the midnight hour tonight, that wind is going to shift more to the west. And then colder temperatures begin to settle in slowly overnight tonight. So right now, you can see how we're looking at low 50s across the southern portions of the area down towards the coast. But it gets a little colder as you get up towards Worcester, where it's 40 degrees, Springfield at 41, and we widen out a little bit more, and we see some 30s going back through New York State. Columbus, Ohio is at 29. So we're going to be looking at a temperature boundary setting up along the east coastline, and that'll set the stage for the next storm system to come our way. So let's break it down, see how this all is going to be playing out. So today's storm, that's heading off up through the St. Lawrence Seaway overnight tonight. So it's going to clear on out, and by daybreak tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up to sunshine, but cold temperatures, and it's going to be a bit on the breezy side as well, but it'll stay sunny all day long as high pressure will be working its way in from the west. Now, as we go on into Monday night and on into Tuesday, here comes the stage getting set. So the high pressure area is going to be moving away from the region. If you're looking for a lot of snow here, you need this area of high pressure to be centered more to the north, up into eastern Canada, and kind of holding its ground. That's not going to be the case here. This high is just going to leave. So that's going to allow this storm center to come right up the coastline at us. And I think it's going to manage to get close enough to us that for the most part of this event that we're going to be dealing with, it's going to be in the form of rain. Now, initially Tuesday morning, as it gets underway, right around anywhere 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning, there could be a little bit of wet snow or some snow and sleet mix at the very onset. It'll be cold enough for that. But then as we go through the midday and into the afternoon, I think we're going to transition to rain and then perhaps end as a brief period of snow. I'll give you the close-up look in a moment. But see, here's what's going to happen. This is going to also be a fast-moving system. The whole event itself is only going to last about 12 to 14 hours. So that doesn't preclude a heavy snowfall across even southern New England. But as you go up into central and northern New England, definitely this will be a more prolific snow maker. And then it clears out for Wednesday. All right, so here's the close-up look what we're dealing with. Again, around early morning hours, notice the temperatures. It's going to be in the low 30s. And as the precipitation starts moving in around 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, there'll be some mix of wet snow with the rain, and the temperature's creeping up above freezing. But if you're going up into Worcester County, it'll stay cold enough for snow. And this is where the accumulating snows will be taking place. So notice, now we get into the afternoon. Our temperatures are into the mid-30s across the region, upper 30s down along the south coast. So again, this is going to be all rain, and just exactly where this rain-snow boundary sets up, we'll still be fine-tuning that during the course of the day tomorrow, obviously, as we get more data, and we'll be that much closer to the event starting. But what will start to happen is, as the storm goes by into Tuesday evening, we'll start to get the wraparound cold coming back down. So we'll start to see that rain-snow line collapsing towards southeastern Mass and down towards the coastline as it's all coming to an end. And our temperatures will start to cool off as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, clearing out for sunshine to return on Wednesday. All right, so here's one of the long-range models. This is the one I've been kind of leaning on at the present time, and it favors the higher snow amounts. So I agree with this. So here's what I'm thinking is going to be playing out as we get into the back end of the storm. Might be a little bit of snow coming at the end. So anywhere, Boston to Providence corridor. It's rain mixed with some snow, maybe some slippery conditions, especially going into Tuesday evening. I'm not really expecting any accumulations here. Again, the wind's coming out of the northeast, the water temperature's in the upper 40s, so that air mass has to keep it rather mild around southern New England. So that's what I'm looking at right now. If you get up to around Foster, Gloucester, Barrowville, Woonsocket, yes, there can certainly be some minor accumulations, most of it on the grassy surfaces. I'm thinking up to 2. Then you're heading up into Worcester County, and that's where the higher snow totals are likely to be setting up with potential plowable amounts. All right, so that's where we're breaking things down. As we go into Wednesday and Thursday, we're dry, and then same story on Friday, but look how cold it is Friday, only a 32 high, starting off in the teens. And then another potential storm coming in for Saturday with another threat of some rain and snow.
I'm really not excited about that 11 there on the screen for that.
Yeah, it gets real cold, and then that's why we have the next threat of snow coming in Friday night, Saturday, because we're going to try to warm it back up again.
So if you're sitting at home, you're wondering right now, should I get the snow blower fired up? Do you think
I don't think
maybe
we're going to need it here. No, this is
up
going
in Worcester maybe, but not
Yes.
down our way.
Yeah, and there's going to be a real sharp gradient too between almost nothing and then we start adding up some inches.
Is there some concerns with the precipitation there and the colder temperatures, ice coming
Sure,
up this
I
week?
mean, any shift in the storm track can adjust those where those ranges set up. But right now, this is my best thinking at the present.
All right.